Hey guys, the Super Review Show for another episode of Why You Should Listen To. This is the show where I break down artists on Spotify that have low streaming numbers than I thought they would be. This one kind of makes sense to me, but it's the music that this band and this artist have put out over the course of the last 50 or 60, almost 70 years now is just killing it to this day. I actually had the pleasure of seeing Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons live in 2019, and they were awesome. I was very happy to see them. But yeah, this is the video for Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Hard to believe. But yes, I'm talking about that band. So for those of you who don't know, back in the pre-Beatle era of music in the United States, there were two bands. There was the Beach Boys, a West Coast band called the Beach Boys, and there was a East Coast band called the Four Seasons. And they both had huge hits after huge hits after huge hits. Then the Beatles came over. Kind of pushed them aside a little bit, but then Beach Boys came back. Frankie Valli came back. Great stuff. To me, this is an artist and a band that has been around a long time. Yes, but this is why you should listen to. I'm just giving you my reasons why. That's okay. Frankie Valli is, I believe he's 84 now, 85. I forget how old he is exactly. He's in his 80s, but he still sounds the same as he does back then, which is, I don't know how, and I know he's not faking either. I've looked up research. How does he sound the same? He still sounds the same as he did back then, which is crazy. So basically, I don't have any of their albums to show you. I don't have anything to show you specifically, of their artist or of the artist itself. But for those of you who know what I'm talking about, good for you. For those of you who don't, you're about to be educated. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. For me, growing up on the Beach Boys, as most of you know, follow us on Instagram. I do a lot of posts about the Beach Boys there too. But the equivalent for that is the Four Seasons. I got into them in 2018, into 2019. I saw them actually in 2019, as I just said. If you want to get to know 60s pop, or late 50s into the early 70s, maybe late 70s too, pop rock, or 60s pop rock, or 70s disco a little bit, like disco rock in a sense, this is a great artist to get into for countless reasons. The first of which being that Frankie Valli, he went solo for a couple of records. Like the song Can't Take My Eyes Off You is, by the way, it's just one of the greatest songs of all time. Can't Take My Eyes Off You is a great song. Check it out. I'm sure once you hear it, you're like, oh, I know that song. Yeah. Once you hear it, you know what it is. But if I just say Can't Take My Eyes Off You, you don't really know what I'm talking about. So you have to listen to that one for yourself. But Frankie Valli went solo, and they're still a unit today. They still tour to this day. I might go see them again if they come around to my area again. But like Frankie's been around a long time, and if you've heard of the show Jersey Boys, in the New York area, you've heard of the show Jersey Boys of the movie. That's the story of this band, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. So, number one, they were huge in the day. Going into the early 60s, it was all at the Four Seasons. They had huge hits from Ragdoll to Oh What a Night, December 1963. Oh, what a night. You know that one. They had Come On, Marianne. They had Working My Way Back to You, Opus, I think it was at 17. They also had another song called... why am I drawing a blank on it? Oh, my God. They did a cover of Frank Sinatra's I've Got You Under My Skin. That was really popular, too. And I prefer both, don't get me wrong. But they're both by a guy named Frank. Come on. They're both Frankie Valli, Frank Sinatra. I've Got You Under My Skin. It's okay. There is... Man, you can just go down the list. There's Who Loves You. Who Loves You is a great song. Who loves you, pretty baby? There's a Save It For Me. There's Dawn Go Away. Bye Bye Baby, Baby Goodbye. I mean, these are, if you listen to them now, you're like, what is this? But if you have to put your mind back in the context of, back in the mid to late 60s into the 70s, this is what was hot at the time with Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Now, their last number one hit was in 1975 with December 1963, Oh What a Night. You know, it's like late December. I can't sing it all right now, but it's like late December back in 63. That's the band I'm talking about. They had a ton of hits. I don't really recommend any specific albums by them because I'm just not super familiar with what albums you should listen to. But I will say If you want to get to know the Four Seasons, there's a greatest hits from 2003 on Spotify called like the best of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. That's what I recommend you to listen to. Truthfully, it's just the gist of what they've come out with. Come On Marianne's a great song. Like I said, Working My Way Back to You is great. My Eyes Adore You. How could I forget that one? Oh my God! If someone's screaming like, "How could you forget that one?" You know, and obviously, Can't Take My Eyes Off You is one of the most covered songs of all time. Just like Yesterday's covered, I think it's one of the top covered songs of all time too by Frankie Valli. So, bottom line, why should you listen to Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons? Why should you in 2023 listen to Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons? Well, if you're looking to escape the modern context of pop, hip hop, Hot 100 crap, truthfully, if you're looking to escape the modern type of music that comes out, like, because there's some people, as you know, on our show, Career Retrospectives, we do a lot of current album reviews. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them we discuss otherwise. But if you're looking to go back long enough in musical history, in modern music history, and you go back to this band, you might be surprised. You might actually like a few tracks. I mean, Frankie Valli's voice is like a falsetto. It's kind of like really like a high pitched whine voice. Like he's got like one of those like really high pitched voices. My voice is deeper, of course, and I can't really mimic him. So sorry about that. But why should you listen to Frankie Valli? If you're looking to escape to an older type of music, I recommend this one. I've been wanting to do this video for a while now. I have a list up here, and I'm like, well, why not do that one? And I'm doing it. I think that they are timeless. When you hear the opening piano chords of "Oh What a Night," you instantly start dancing. You feel good about yourself, and you have a good time. And like I said, Frankie Valli is still touring with the Four Seasons to this day. They are touring. You just go on Ticketmaster like when they're coming to a place near you, because they tour like crazy still to this day. He is one of the original Jersey Boys. I mean, there's only 3 left out of the 4. For those of you who got that reference, I'll tell it to you right now. It's Frank Sinatra, Frankie Valli, Bruce Springsteen, and John Bon Jovi. The Jersey Boys. Ha ha ha. Bad joke, I get it. Besides the point, though, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons is a great artist. I highly recommend you check them out. They're some of the best 60s pop rock songs you could get into back in the day. So, yeah, that's why I think you should listen to Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. So, what do you guys think? Are you a Frankie Valli fan out there? Jump down in the comment section. We'll share your thoughts on Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications as well. And but for all of your episodes of why you should listen to, keep it locked on the Super Review Show. The J-Man is off to rock. And we'll see you guys later.